My name is Mike Bull, aka The Bull, aka The Marlboro Man, the $10 Cowboy. A little while ago, almost a year ago probably, I bought a camper off Marketplace for $1,000. A 1970 Holiday Rambler, I believe. I could have got the year wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a 70 Holiday Rambler. Huh? I will, promise.
I'm getting in trouble for not changing the cat's litter box.
Anyways, I bought a 1970 Holiday Rambler pull-behind camper for $1,000. I used to have a video of it when I first got it, but I think I deleted it. I think I do still have a picture from when I first got it, but it doesn't really do it justice for how disgusting it was. The carpet was absolutely caked to the floor and just disgusting. There was rat shit and squirrel shit everywhere. It was bad. It was really bad. The lady I bought it from gave me 13 boxes of vinyl click flooring with it, a TV with it, because she was going to gut it out and completely renovate it, which is what I'm doing. Unfortunately, I don't have all the clips of us, by us I mean me and my girlfriend, tearing up the carpet and putting in the flooring and painting the walls, because at the time, I wasn't doing this whole YouTube thing. We haven't really done a whole lot, but at the same time, it feels like we've done a fuck lot to it. So far, we've ripped up all the carpet, which again, the carpet was fucking disgusting. We put in vinyl click flooring all the way from the back all the way up to the kitchen. The front area where the bedroom's gonna be, it's just bare plywood because I'm gonna put carpet up there. I repainted the walls. And just recently, as I've gotten the water working, there was a huge hole in the water tank, the water holding tank, because squirrels got underneath it and were chewing at the tank. And I also got a new water heater for it. Now that I'm saying it out loud and listing the things off, it is quite a bit, but trust me, it has been a lot of work. It's hours and hours tearing up carpet, painting, taping stuff off. It has been a lot. So torn out the 2 twin beds that were in the back. I've also built a bed frame up front. So now that I'm saying it out loud, it has been a journey. I have started taking videos of stuff I'm doing to it because I want to start making videos about it and all that. And trust me, it's gonna be cool as shit when it's finished. So in this clip, I'm basically just showing around. Those are all the cabinet doors and drawers that I've painted and gotten ready to put back in. As you can see, the walls are painted too. That is me showing off all of the paint I got on my arms. That's the color we're painting the whole camper. Is a really dark, like wine red, mixed with a little bit of matte satin black. The kitchen tile walls are painted satin black, and the door frame is painted matte black, and the fridge is painted matte black. So the color theme of the camper is gonna be like wine red, satin and matte black, some burnt orange, some dark green, some dark purple, whatever kind of fucking theme that's called. Basically, I started recording everything when I got done painting all the walls, and so now I'm going around taking off all the tape that I put on everything. This is me taking the tape off the fridge. When I was taping everything off, the way I was doing it is I would tape it off, but I would leave a little lip of tape over whatever I was taping, and then I would tuck that lip up underneath to make a perfect line on it, right? Well, I've discovered that when you do that and then paint over it, when you try to take that tape off, it rips and it leaves these little spaghetti strands of tape underneath it, and they are a bitch to get off. So I spent probably just as much time taking all those little strips of tape and either tucking them back in or trying to pull them out as I did taping it off originally. I had quite a bit of trouble and I got very frustrated with it. So I don't think ever again I will do that little tape over and tuck thing because it sucked to take off. But that's the fridge right there. That's painted matte black. Right now, actually, I'm not sure if the fridge works. It has a 30 amp plug for the power cord, but I don't have anywhere to plug in a 30 amp plug. So right now I have an adapter on it that goes to a regular plug, like regular outlet in your house plug. So it's not getting the max amount of power it could. So that could be why the fridge isn't working, is because it's just not getting enough power, which I hope it is because I really want the fridge to work. Hopefully once I can get it to a actual camping spot, it will actually work. If you can see behind me, back there is the what's going to be the living room. We're going to have a futon on one side and a TV on the other side. I'm going to be putting the futon in here somewhat soon. And then behind the camera is the bedroom, and where I'm standing at is the fridge, and across from the fridge is the sink and the stove and All that bullshit. You can see on the fridge right there, I scraped a bunch of the paint off. I've also figured out that none of the paint I really put on sticks very well because I didn't really sand the walls down or anything. So it doesn't stick very well, but it sticks good enough. And so with everything painted, put all the cabinet doors and drawers back on. I do plan to put a second coat of paint on the cabinets and drawers because I only did one coat on them for now because I ran out of paint. Need to make a hardware store run. Out of screws. I'm screwed. I'm out of screws. Oh, for fuck's sakes. And I wanted to use the rest of the paint I had to finish doing the walls. So eventually I'm going to get a second can of paint and do a second coat on all the cabinets and drawers. But for right now, they've only got one coat. Those little white decorative outlines you see on the cabinets, I'm actually going to eventually paint those too. I'm going to get a really small paintbrush and we're going to paint those white little outlines black. So hopefully that works out and hopefully that looks good because I have very shaky, unstable, old man hands. But seriously, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to get paint everywhere and it's probably going to look shitty. But that's what we plan on doing with that. Something I realized when I was putting all these cabinets and drawers back on, not really the drawers, but especially the cabinets, I got new screws for everything because all the screws in the cabinets and drawers and everything else, they were all rusted, they were all nasty, they were all disgusting, and they all have a square head bit. And I wanted just basic Phillip head screws, so I got new screws for everything. And I don't know if it's the new screws I got or if I just put the doors on wrong or what, but all of the cabinet doors I put back on didn't really seem to line up the way they did. They all seemed to be a little bit crooked or a little bit too close to each other or a little bit too far from each other. It was actually really difficult to screw them back in and have them be straight and not be too close, not be too far, not rub together and rub the paint off. That was actually really difficult. And I still didn't get it perfect on all of them. A lot of the ones in the kitchen are still crooked and rubbing together and either too close or too far. So, you know, I might fix it, I might not. It's actually rubbed a lot of the paint off on some of them, so I'm still gonna have to do a second coat of paint on them either way. Right here is the little closet area. It's kind of like a hallway between the front where the kitchen and bedroom is and the back where the living room is going to be. So there's the closet area right there where you can close and stuff, and across from that is the bathroom door. Come to find out that all the drawers are not the same size. The drawers in the kitchen are smaller than the drawers in the closet area. And so that is me finding out that they're smaller and they're not the right size, and me having to go find the right size because I already put all the drawers back in, so I had to take all of them out and find which one was the right one. So, learning a lot. I know you can't tell just by watching these videos, but in this camper, I can't use the AC unit in the ceiling because it pulls too much power and trips the breaker. I know you can't tell, but I only have one box fan running by the door. It is hot as shit in this camper in all these videos. It has to be 90 plus degrees in this camper. So that's probably also why I got so frustrated with how the cabinet doors were going on and how the paint was coming off and how I couldn't get the tape off all the way right, because it was already hot as shit and then stuff was going wrong. So I know you can't tell in these videos, but in all these videos and every time I'm out there working on it, I am sweating my balls off working on this thing because I can't use the AC unit and I have one fan running. It sucks. It's hot. When I first go out there during the day and it's summer right now and the sun's out and it's already 90 degrees outside, that thing's like a fucking pizza oven. As you can see, I'm putting all these cabinets and drawers back on with a screwdriver because the drill that I had died and I couldn't find a new battery for it. And so I'm manually screwing these screws in, sweating my ass off. There's drips of sweat running down my booty cheeks like a river, like a flowing river. It was awful. So quite literally, I have put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. And doing these cabinets on the top was especially sucked. Because they're not like regular cabinets that just open and close. They have these little, not hydraulic, what do you call them? They have like springs in them where you open them and they stay open and you close them and whatever so they don't go flying everywhere. And so they have an extra 2 screws that you screw the little things into the wall with. And I'm doing this with a manual screwdriver, and I know you can't tell in this video, but I'm actually kind of squatting, half squatting on the bed frame I built because I can't stand up straight. So I'm half squatting on this bed frame, manually screwing these screws in, trying to hold the cabinet door steady while I'm trying to screw it in. And I was fucking wet, sweaty, drenched. I stunk like a fucking skunk. It sucked, but it's all worth it because, like I said, in the end, this camper is gonna be sick. It's gonna be totally tubular type shit. Now with all the cabinets and drawers back on, it's now time to put all the pieces of plastic trim that go around the windows back on. We painted all of those matte black, so I'm putting all of those on currently. We still got a lot to do. We've got to get curtains for it. We got to get curtain rods for it. I still have to get a new power cord for the water heater because I had to wire that water heater myself, and I wired it right, but it wasn't the right type of wire, and it almost caught the fucking whole thing on fire. We're gonna have these nice black curtains in it. The bed is gonna have black sheets with these dark purple pillows and burnt orange blanket. It's gonna be awesome. Trust me. We're gonna have a fold-out futon in the back, a TV in the back for the living room, a TV in the front for the bedroom. It's gonna be sick. Fucking sick. Well, make sure you guys stay tuned. I'm gonna create a playlist on my channel of all the camper videos so you guys can watch the progression. I know it sucks that you couldn't see it from the very start because, oh my gosh, if you would have seen it from the very start, it was awful. It was horrible. That thing was disgusting. Luckily, there was no gray water in it, which means there was no shit and piss in the shit and piss holding tank. And it's gonna be bougie. MTV Cribs type shit. My name is Mike Bull, aka The Bull. See you guys in the next one.